About Iran, because the odds of us going another 4 years without them doing anything, or Israel doing anything to preempt what we expect to happen. I mean, remember Netanyahu at the UN with that bomb and the red line, and he was talking months. Right. How will President Obama handle this now? He's not up for re-election. It is going to be a big issue. What are his options, and which ones is he likely to take?
This is a very good question, because he spent the better part of the first 4 years trying to encourage the Iranians through a variety of ways, both carrots and sticks, to come to the negotiating table, to have a serious discussion about this. They don't want to. I think they don't want to because they want a nuclear weapon. That's what I think is their bottom line. I think it's almost inconceivable that they will be stopped in the absence of some kind of military force. So I think you're right. I think the way that you framed it is exactly right. We're likely to have a war, or they're going to have a bomb. And I don't see that this president has demonstrated any resolve to stopping them. He says he wants to stop them. He says it's unacceptable, but in terms of actually doing something, he hasn't shown it. And I think that if you are Bibi Netanyahu, and you now know, when he gave that speech, we didn't know the outcome of the election. You now know what you're dealing with, and he's got a responsibility to his people. But I think it makes it far more likely that they act unilaterally if they have to, with us if they can.
The experts talk about, the generals who study this say, if Israel hits Iran preemptively, it's not just going to be a response on Israel. They're going to start hitting Western targets, including American targets, the Iranians are. And we're going to be pulled into it one way or another. I mean, given that, President Obama he's going to have to do something if that's the likely scenario.
Well, and for that reason, I would argue that we would be wise to join hands with Israel if they, in fact, have to do that. I think it makes sense for us to do that.
Let me wrap up.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, quickly.
I'm not sure it has to happen. It would be irrational. If the Iranians only hit Israel, it'll remain a one-on-one. If it starts hitting us, it's going to involve us in the Gulf. We have tremendously strong air power and naval power, which Israel doesn't, and it would be an Iranian defeat. So it would be irrational for them to attack us. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it would not be the course that